Happy Monday, and welcome to another episode of Cases That Should Have Gone to the Supreme Court of Canada, but didn't. Today, we're talking about trial delay. Cases that should have gone to the Supreme Court of Canada, but didn't. Mr. Xanthudakis was charged with a number of commercial crimes involving an alleged employee theft scheme that had been running for a long period of time. And like most commercial crimes cases, the case was complex, and it took a lot of time. The case began before the decision from the Supreme Court of Canada in Jordan was rendered, but the arguments about whether or not there was unreasonable delay also took place before that decision. The decision itself was rendered after the Jordan Framework was introduced by the Supreme Court of Canada. And Mr. Xanthudakis essentially argued that he found himself in a different transitional position. So unlike the Cody case, where it was in between when Jordan was rendered and after Jordan was rendered, and the court had to sort out how to apply the Jordan principles in those types of cases, Mr. Xanthudakis was in a different circumstance because he'd already alleged delay, already made arguments, and already put forward evidence to support that his case had been unreasonably delayed under an outdated framework. And so the question was, does the judge have to decide it under the old framework or the new framework or a transitional framework? And if it is a transitional framework, what does that look like? There are lots of people who were dealing with cases in the midst of proceedings, in the midst of arguments about delay throughout Canada that were affected by the Jordan decision. And if the Supreme Court of Canada saw fit to give some clarity in Cody, then they should have given some clarity to situations like the one that Mr. Xanthudakis found himself in. Unfortunately, with the amount of time that's passed now, the likelihood of any other case with a similar issue making its way to the Supreme Court of Canada is simply nil. And so we won't know whether or not these cases were in fact decided in the way that the Supreme Court of Canada intended. And that's just disappointing. Cases that should have gone to the Supreme Court of Canada, but didn't. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Cases That Should Have Gone to the Supreme Court of Canada, but didn't. I'm Kyla Lee at Acumen Law Corporation. Thank you to Brazen Bull Creative for putting together these videos. Please like, subscribe, and share with your friends.